I was traveling to India on a personal vacation with some friends. We were there for Holi, the festival of colors. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I knew that I needed to be really cautious about food and water over there because I had gotten a parasite living in Chile. Story to come later. And I didn't want to experience that and have that happen again. We were at the festival where everyone comes up to you and puts colored powder on your face and on your head as this celebratory dance is taking place. It was toward the end of the ceremony, and the local kids came out with their squirt guns and started spraying everyone, all in good fun, of course. Well, as I was shielding my face and saying, no, thank you, I got a shot of water right in the mouth. It was like slow motion. I knew at that point it was not going to be the best situation. And sure enough, within 24 hours, it was coming out of both sides. I had some learning moments. Thank goodness I knew from my past parasitic experience, I needed a specific drug. And 2, red Gatorade tastes just as good coming up as it does going down. Travel health is extremely important. It is common to get stomach aches, head colds, constipation, or diarrhea when traveling. It's bound to happen when you're in a new destination with different bacteria that you are not used to. However, it is not the most fun if you're sick the entire duration, and it is understandable that it can take away from the enjoyment out of your experience. It is important to be prepared just in case the destination you are traveling to doesn't have what you are looking for. Let's talk about drinking water. You want to make sure that you have clean, potable, also known as drinkable water, available. Many countries do not treat their water to the standards that we do, and their piping is very old. You don't want to find yourself getting sick from untreated water. Here are some things to consider. Ideally, you have a way to make non-potable water potable, such as a filter or taps. However, if you do not have that availability, buy bottled water. Refrain from brushing your teeth with untreated water or gargling in the shower. Avoid ice cubes at restaurants unless the water is potable. Bring your own water bottle and you can fill up and treat it at any time that you need. Eating is a whole new adventure altogether. It's exciting to try local food, especially knowing that it is authentically made and may not be something you can get at home. I've had my fair share of adventurous food experiences abroad. Some of them went well, and some of them ended very differently than I had anticipated. At the time I was living in Chile, it was a very mild culture regarding food, I would say. I did, however, have a moment that I will never forget. There are many, many wild berries that grow there, and I happened to be there during the summer season from October to March. I was on a horseback riding adventure, and outside there were tons of wild raspberries. So I asked one of the locals if it was okay to eat them and got a resounding yes. I even pointed out a very small white bug on the berry and he said, oh yeah, no problem. Well, that wasn't the case. A few nights later, I was woken abruptly and in the middle of the night had to get sick. And I thought it must have been something I had eaten for dinner. Well, in the days to follow, my stomach started getting more and more rumbly. It was to the point that you could hear it across the room. And not to mention the elimination was water, completely clear. And I know this might be TMI, but if you know what sharding is, that was me. It was pretty awful. I had this going on for about a week until I finally called a doctor that I knew who specialized in parasitology. He recommended a specific drug that I was able to buy at a local pharmacy. As it was destroying the parasite in my gut, I thought my body was going through it. It was one heck of a night. So the moral of the story here, yes, try new things, but here are some tips for when you do. Be adventurous, yet keep some caution. I highly recommend taking a probiotic before any super adventurous meal to help your gut. You want to look for people at restaurants. It shows that if people are willing to go there, it's going to be more reputable than a place that no one is at. Check the reviews. Nowadays, most countries have places that have been reviewed by other travelers. When it comes to street food, it's an experience you should definitely try. Make sure to use your judgment when ordering street food. Are they handling the meat appropriately? Are the veggies being washed with clean, potable, drinkable water or tap water? What are the ingredients being used and how fresh are they? And make sure that it's good to go. Make sure to also wash your vegetables. Ideally, they're going to be washed with potable water. There are also sprays you can use with veggies and potable water to get the bugs off. Refrain from eating salads in places where the tap water is not drinkable. Ask if they use drinkable water to wash their fruits and vegetables. If you are skeptical, avoid it. Avoid foods with thin skin, such as tomatoes, in areas that use a lot of pesticides. Foods with a thick skin that is peelable, such as bananas and apples, keep the bacteria from penetrating inside the skin. Do your best to follow your instinct when it comes to food and water consumption.